As we wrap up our program, I'd like Clay Burtrum and Dan Gattis to share some thoughts on what the future holds for the Federation of State Beef Councils. Clay, what's your crystal ball look like?
Well, we need to remember this is a producer-led organization, and that $1 investment is an $11.91 return to the producer-led organization. And as we look at all these campaigns that we've done over fiscal year 21, summer grilling, holiday campaigns, sustainability, we've reached over 94 million consumers.
Wow.
And so we build on that as we move forward. We're not giving up. We press on as we build beef demand. And that's really what the Federation of State Beef Councils is about, is moving that needle of beef demand, Kevin.
That's good news. Dan, what would you add?
You know, I want to kind of jump on what Clay talked about, is just moving that needle of demand. And that really is our role, to increase the demand. And as we can increase demand for beef across the nation, even across the world, you know, that's going to ultimately benefit our consumers as we can make that pie bigger, more dollars available to go through the system to all the different segments of the beef industry. I think that's important. I know we've got other issues that often get talked about, you know, on how those dollars are allocated, and those are policy issues that the Federation really has no business in and we're not allowed to be in. Our whole goal is increasing those dollars, and then we'll talk about, you know, on the policy side of things, about how we deal with some of the distortion that I think most people recognize in the current system today. But if we don't increase the beef demand, and if we don't all work together to do that, there's not a whole lot of dollars left for us to argue about.
And the encouraging thing is there has been tremendous progress made in the last 20 years in driving beef demand, hasn't there?
You know, we are at a 30-year high in beef demand right now, 30-year high. And if you go back and look at, you know, Cattle Facts obviously does a lot of informational sessions through NCBA and other cattle organizations, and you look at how beef demand was halved, you know, before we started paying attention to what the consumer really wanted. Right. You know, and that's probably the biggest issue. We talked about sustainability. If we ignore those things, that demand drops off. We listen to those, you know, things. We listen to the consumer. We got together as an industry overall, and we're at a 30-year high. I think, you know, we can pat some people on the back that had that, had those ideas in the vision, you know, that have brought us to where we are today. And we need to say thank you to some of them.
It's a real testament to what we've done this last year through the pandemic. Yes. A 7% increase in beef demand at 58.5 pounds, where we've really come from, Kevin. And if you look at where we're at, whether you're a cow-calf producer, a seed stock producer, feedlot, or you're just a consumer, we're not only in the cattle business, we're in the beef business.
I agree. Yep. Fantastic. Well, thank you all for the countless hours you spend trying to navigate and see the future before the rest of us, so we can position beef for a bright future. We really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you for allowing us to share our story and work for the countless hours of the beef producers out there.
Now, if you want to learn about some of the ways checkoff dollars are being used to increase beef demand, then check out the Beef It's What's for Dinner website. You'll also find great information you can use to talk to your friends and neighbors about the sustainability of the beef industry.